What's up, everybody? It is Matt Modi with OddsJam, and for this video, just doing a deep dive on the Arkansas versus Vermont game. So this is another 4 seed versus 13 seed that has a trendy underdog pick, taking the 13 seed to win. So in this case, obviously, Arkansas is the 4 seed, Vermont is the 13 seed, and Vermont is a very popular underdog pick to beat Arkansas in this game. So right now, the best odds you can get on them are plus 180 on Barstool and Bet Rivers. And when I came out with my underdogs pick, I also chose Vermont as a potential sleeper. So I love it. I love this option as an underdog for Vermont. They have a pretty good team ending the season on a hot streak, I believe, winning 9 of their last 10. A couple concerns with Vermont. One is they only really had 2 tough non-conference games against Providence and Yale, and they split those 2, beating Yale, losing to Providence. Obviously, not among the best teams in the league, and certainly not to the competition that Arkansas played in the SEC. And another knock in Vermont's favor is they were really good at home but struggled on neutral court and in away games. So obviously this game is going to be played in a neutral court, but with that said, it's going to be played in Buffalo, which is obviously much closer to Vermont than it is Arkansas. So you wonder, will this end up having a home-like atmosphere for Vermont? And that could end up being the kick. That could end up, changing everything. So on the Arkansas side, their best player is JD Notae, but overall, Arkansas didn't quite have the magical year that they had last year. They lost some of their good players like Moses Moody, went to the NBA last year, so they're not quite as talented as they were last year. They still definitely have the talent advantage over Vermont, but I really like Vermont in this matchup, so I ended up sprinkling a little bit on their money line. So I would recommend putting a little bit on Vermont money line as well, plus 180. Looking at the spread, there's a little bit of value on Vermont if you buy a couple points. So right now the spread is between about 4.5 or 5, depending on where you look. With the OddsJam perfect line pricing it at 4.5. And there is a little bit of value getting Vermont at 4.5, a little bit on 5, and a little bit more on 5.5. So as far as official predictions go, I like Vermont to win, but I like them to cover even more. So I would recommend putting a little more on Vermont covering versus them just winning straight up. Like I said, they're a well-coached team. They're pretty good on offensive efficiency. They don't average a ton of points per game, but they are efficient, so they kind of slow down the pace, which is funny because Arkansas loves to run. So it'll be a little bit of a contrast in style, but I do think Vermont is gonna win this game, and also cover the spread at 5.5. As far as the total goes, there's not much here in terms of value. A little bit towards the over 139, a little bit at over 140, and then when you start to sell a couple points, it's more honestly towards the under. So that screams that there's no play here on the total, which makes sense because Arkansas, they love to run. So you could see it being a fast-paced game, but Vermont is very efficient in their offense, and they love to slow it down. So conflicting styles, unsure of who's going to be able to dictate the pace of the game and the tempo. So just going to go ahead and sit out the total on this one. So my official prediction, my official bet of the game is Vermont plus 5.5. And I also love sprinkling some on the Vermont money line. And that is all I got for you. So let me know what you thought of the video. You can hit me up at my Twitter handle below. You can also comment on the video. I would love to check those out. And other than that, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. But that is all I got for you. So thanks for watching and have a good one.